overlapping Heroic's heroes, and that's why Storm for them doesn't feel too greedy. And
support basically defensive support every single game. They had 2 saves, and it was amazing in that time. Obviously, conditions have changed a lot since then, but it's not OQ actually.
What the hell is going on in that lane?
You know,
folks, lineup. I mean, this is a very old school combination with the Omni Knight and Storm Spirit with that repel. I mean, that's probably one of the best repel recipients in Dota. It's funny that the trajectory of Omni Knight is going to hold that thought. Schofield looks like he's dead. Ends up tying the game 1-1
and enabling him. There is a real possibility that this game has like 5 kills minute 20, I think.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it's not what... Okay, well, we'll see if we get one more now.
This is the greatest curse of all time if this comes to fruition. Jabs gonna get ganked and brought down.
All right.
One more kill for Heroic.
Just another. And I think Envy was playing 5 for a while in that team, if I remember correctly.
Yep, he was the 5.
And they were just stacking and farming Ancients all day.
Echo Stomp onto 2. Boat is coming on top of the toss, but a nice disruption to dodge basically everything. Lornoff's, his rune was actually dispelled completely. Gets the avalanche onto 4. His team cannot assist because of the arena. Lornoff still relatively low, but very tanky. Finally, the magic damage comes in from Q, but the Tiny is already lost for Aurora. Gonna lose the Omni Knight. Ollie will follow suit, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Heroic. The position...
The #1 pickup.
I'm just glad we're not seeing Meteor Hammer anymore.
Yeah, that's not really a thing.
Thank goodness.
Oh, there it is.
Orchid reveal, the arena on top, and that is a dead Morphling.
That's value.
It took a while to set up, but...
Aurora will put some pressure up here in the top side.
But he has a 2K. We're going to see Lornoff with the Avatos. Schofield will be able to disrupt himself, but he's going to be surrounded by enemies. But here comes the Zip and the Orchid, as Lornoff actually is going to be quite healthy. The Orchid was on jabs to prevent the boat.
5-second
full disengage for Heroic. There is a haste rune available. Another Avatos. Divine Llama gets off the spear in the meantime, though. Here comes the boat and the ET ult as well. Divine Llama gets 1. And it looks like jabs will follow suit. Eventually will tick away. That's 2 cores dead for Aurora.
So Earth Splitter that just destroys him. Maybe a boat on top. Maybe Morphkin adaptive. But yeah, not quite there yet.
Yep. Analog with the aggression. And he's going to find a freebie in Ollie. Able to get out.
Both supports are in range of saving each other, but not getting jumped together. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they're placed in such a way, accessing the fight for Aurora is, I want to say, nigh impossible right now until they get more damage. Like, yeah, the alternative shard was...
Mirana, right?
She already bought it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would think it would be Jazz, but he might be more farmed as out. They find the Morphling, and he's dead. Super easy, calculated from Heroic.
Yeah.
Go for the tier 2 bottom. There's still another one in the mid lane, so I suppose that is what they have their sights set on. Oh, avalanche, but the repel preventing the toss, and now the counter Orchid.
Yeah. It's just too
absolutely punished.
Too easy. I mean, now that when I see this game play out, well, that was not the best waveform, but
he got a kobold though. Good CS.
And Mirana will get found by Analog. Not much mana.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot. Will do some damage as Q.
Oh, Aegis expired.
Yeah, that helps. Delicious.
That's a lot of mana.
That's mega regen for me.
Because this is not a standard game for this patch, you need to look at it as, can we displace the guy hitting the tower and burst him enough?
Oh, boy.
Not do we have big team.
Oh! All right, first mistake from Heroic in a bit, but I don't think it's going to matter.
He doesn't have TP, so he's...
Yeah. He is toast one way or another.
Love myself some good toast. Well, he'll try to...
Oh, he BKBs into the gate. I haven't seen that play before. He has Blink, actually. Oh, but the arena. And eventually found Divine Llama with the kill. Lornoff with another death.
So, yep, he's big. There's a lot of farm on the map. There's a lot of stacking, and everything goes faster. So
all right, smoke from Aurora. They need to have something go well for them to get the toss back onto Divine Llama. Pops the BKB, gets the arena onto 4 heroes. The lead 23 Savage is completely isolated. He's just getting casually right-clicked down by K1. Ollie's the first to fall. 23 Savage now attempting to run away. Gets off the waveform. Divine Llama misses the spear. So the good news for Aurora is they only lost 1.
All right, so...
A ship down. Your first lane racks down, and the second perhaps to come if Heroic wants to stick around.
I'm surprised they're backing here, actually. There's no morph BKB.
Oh! Oh my god, the rage buyback as well! Oh dear!
Alright guys, last fight. If they lose this, they GG out. It doesn't matter even if there's any waves close to their base. This is very clearly a mental play.
They're scanning, they know they're there.
Yeah.
Maybe they get softened up by the Tormentor. Schofield finally has his cleanse.
I mean,
how can you kill him now?
They break on
K1
This is not
initiated on, I guess, if you want to call it that, but he walks into the rest of the team. dvaloMA gets the Mars Arena off. Already the death of the Marauder, but they do take out one Butler. You need to find the second to be able to prevail here. dvaloMA actually taking quite a bit of damage, and Purification is not enough to save him. So 1 for 2 as K1 Hector now applying all his pressure to jabs. Doesn't want to finish the job, apparently. Analog with the Orchid upon the morph. Echo Stomp. Do they have the control? He's trying to morph back up, but that's essentially a die back, and they're just going to call it GG's.
I mean, that is a...
Ooh. Darks as well for Aurora now. Timber go quicker than a troll after laning phase if you get the early item, so...
Additional jungle creeps if possible. Oh, they're just going to dive, it looks like. They're running at him with the drinking buddies.
There is a TP coming in, though. Hector in a bit of trouble. Snowball's coming for him. A couple right clicks will suffice, but the cookie to keep him alive. Ice Shard's not enough. Now the Scatter Blast onto Q with the dive to follow. He's going to eventually tick away, and it's KJ.
Can be alone top. Like, Spectre Shadow Demon is not a dangerous lane to play against with 2 Bracer Mars, so it's not like dvaloMA needs to call back a support for assistance here. Yeah, that full bore is...
It's brutal.
Nasty. Jabs, no mana.
Yeah, and he's going to get some Whirling Axes, although Ollie's coming in from the south, gets off his disruption on the K1. We'll have to work with his illusions now. He has stacks of Shadow Poison applying to him. He gets a nice Whirling Axes, but dies shortly after as KJ. I believe he gets a kill with his passive.
Very close fight. Analog has showed up. Wants to go for jabs with the roll. If he connects this one, he's too far. Not going to happen.
Yeah, first rotation from Analog. He does hit the stone here.
Oh, the full bore,
and the right click.
Ah, man, that's my old brain being like, he can't connect here.
This mid Timber Saw. What do you think about this hero in this particular game?
Pretty... I think the Eternal Shroud that the panel was talking about is very important. I think he's not that strong right now because of the overwhelming amount of...
drinking buddies, and there's the Spectre, first ult of the game. K1 in a lot of trouble, but here comes the Mars Arena, but no, the Troll does side jump on the outskirts, but look at the damage all under this tier 1 tower. 23 Savage ticking away, although Analog doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with, so they get the Tusk, they'll get the Darkseer, and these heroes are dropping like flies, although the Scatter Blast is avoided. 23 Savage gonna be able to dodge another roll.
He has no escape plan though, no TP.
He could try to deny himself to the creeps. He's gonna be spotted now.
For it. Did he magnetize nothing?
I'm not sure.
I didn't see the magnetize. I was like, they're all gonna
Spectral Dagger into the trees. He's spotted at the last moment. Sunray tickling him. As K1 dies to Lorinoff. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a moment. 23 Savage eventually will die. My goodness.
And that meant that Troll went mid and got killed off by, I believe it was Tusk and Timber, so led to somewhat of a trade, I suppose. Oh, KJ does have Supernova.
He does have Supernova inside the egg. Nice spear. Can they save the egg? It's going to be close. A big rebuke comes out, and the egg does activate. Lorinoff and company in a lot of trouble. He dies at 23 Savage. Another death to his name. And Heroic basically taking out where they left off from that last game, and they have definitely have the momentum on their side.
Incredibly well. And it makes a very big difference whether you hit level, let's say whether you're level 9 or level 11, because the extra points in either Vacuum or Surge are extremely valuable compared to, there's a lot of other, let's say there's a lot of offlane heroes where it's like the third skill maybe not is, yeah, Blade Mail is one way to try to cover it. Radiance obviously helps even further with your farming speed, and it makes you a lot tankier in the fights, against the Troll in particular, of course. But yeah, it's, the concern here is that Spectre is gonna take a while.
Arena towards that top rune area. Analog comes in with a big magnetize onto several heroes. Disruption to keep Lorinoff safe, but Analog is the one taking the brunt of the damage despite having the Blade Mail. He is the first to fall. Jabs gets clipped by the scatter blast as the egg does go off in the background.
That numbers are they actually thinking about it? Wait a second. He has blade mail and illusion.
Coming, the walrus punch onto Analog, already getting evaporated, but will stay by a little bit longer. But the arena comes in finally from Divine Llama. Not enough to save the Earth Spirit. The egg does go off, but the Shadow Demon disruption actually avoided most of it. So Lornoff's still alive, and now Divine Llama won against the world. And the world wins. Okay.
They did want to defend it with good reason. I was going to say they defend the tower. They technically didn't. They end up denying it, but that was a 5v4.
K1
up top.
He's going to get some help from Schofield. Gets a nice cookie onto two, but there's a third member in Ollie. Snowball going to find its way over to the Snapfire. 23 Savage is actually going to be fine, and K1 Hector not so much. So another core kill for Aurora.
Yes.
Okay, well that theoretically could be pretty gigantic.
However, it is a relatively new spell, so yes could mean no. 23 Savage.
Yes, Arena, he's about to pick up his Radiance. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Doesn't lose that much gold in the end. A good pickoff from Heroic and showing us.
The beast that he is in this game is still going to prove to be a challenge for quite a while for them to deal with. And with that, they can still look to fight, and they will. Smoking up here. And they will find Phoenix.
Yeah, that would be a good kill. They're going to avoid him completely. Want to go for Divine Llama instead. That's going to be an easy pickoff. So it's a one and done, it seems, as the Radiance now officially online for 23 Savage.
Yeah, which is incredibly potent, of course, to have that possibility on your character to just jump the backline. But yeah, he probably needs the Manta first to actually be able to kill with you.
Oh my! Nice punch.
Is he going to egg?
AJ's dead.
I think he could have maybe egged. This was Timber, Tusk, Shadow Demon. He had 3 teammates on backup, but...
I want to talk about a late game scenario, because we
mentioned camp as well as the top half, so they're really trying to find 23 Savage. And the Dire Wards a little bit out on the map.
They want K1.
He's alone.
He gets the Ancients. He's in a bit of trouble.
Oh.
He actually does use Battle Trance. He's just bashing the crap out of this Darkseer. They try to get him onto the wall, but it's not going to happen. That's already a kill for K1. They're going to burn life number 1.
Oh boy, missing that vacuum real bad.
On the way. Arena only going to hit Q. They're going to focus everything on the Shadow Demon first. That's an easy pickoff. Q, Ice Shards himself trying to get out with a little cheeky move there. It's not to be, though. 3 kills in the name of Heroic, and now they can get a tier 2 tower. Smoke now.
For Spectre, but not there.
Oh, Jabs. He's going to be spotted. Speared into a tree. Schofield trying to find the right angle. Scatterblast, okay. They do get the Mars Arena off. And Jab's just going to try to TP out, but the Gleipnir finds him. That's going to be the death of the Darkseer. As Ollie, his TP is canceled as well. That's going to be 2 kills again for Heroic.
Yeah. Didn't feel like the hero they went there for. I feel like that smoke was targeting Spectre, but one of the absolute ultra late gamers. The question is can you get there? If we reach, let's say, some 50-60 minute territory, the hero is still very, very strong.
Ornoff, he does a lot of damage. As you can see, the Shadow Step was used. Gleipnir as well. Schofield's going to take the brunt of the damage, though he's the first to fall. Analog able to roll away. And it looks like... And they have a really good lineup for this, by the way. Obviously, you have the Radiance, the back wall. And
they're very stacked in the pit, but Darkseer isn't here.
Yeah. Lornoff throwing out the Chakram. Analog goes in with a BKB and his Magnetize. It looks like Roche will be for Heroic. Lornoff desperately trying to get over there. It's going to be close, actually. Lornoff takes the Aegis, and they kill Roche as well. They have the arena, but everybody's outside of it, outside of Lornoff, who's basically impossible to kill here. The Mars has fallen. K1 trying to focus onto Jabs. And Analog gets punched into the air. We have a TP buyback from the Shadow Demon. Analog, despite having the blade after the egg, does drop as Jabs somehow getting out with barely any HP. This went amazingly for Aurora. You couldn't really kill him before. Now with the Aegis, you just kind of got to ignore. SK1, he's going to be spotted. Shiva's activated by Lornoff. They're going to get the punch off from Q. The wall onto 2 as well with the vacuum to follow. As K1 trying to focus on the Timber Saw. That is not the choice, my friend.
Oh,
the
roll
misses completely. Schofield slowed to a crawl. The illusions are killing him off. Although, able to find the distance finally, the Spectre comes in to finish the job. Going in really deep as well as K1 and company will just have to hightail away. So more utility, will be going for the refresher next.
Yeah.
So really, all the physical damage is going to be Troll, and even his build, he's had to go somewhat defensive as well. As they're going to get the Walrus kick, that is the...
He could egg this.
Yeah, he could actually do it. He's going to get Walrus punch and dead. So Phoenix...
I mean, he would have died.
4v5.
They were not ready with Mars. Phoenix and Mars have to be in range. On the side of Aurora, so if Mars can't offer a lot in that regard, but only offers control, they're really trusting in K1's ability to kit.
Oh, they get the Hex, they get the opening onto the Tusk, but the Vacuum is going to delay things, and look at the damage that Divine Llama has already taken. The Snowball wasted so much time, nobody even dies inside of it. And the first to fall is Divine Llama. K1 finally pops the battle chance, but here is where the kiting begins. Gets kicked onto the cliff! Finally gets brought down by the cookie, and is killed off shortly after. A 3-for-0, and Aurora in the driver's seat.
That's a three-pointer.
Well, that's a three-pointer. A 4-for-0, a 23 Savage.
Schofield is
taking a Lotus.
Okay.
All right, that's a bit risky. There's the Hex from Devi. It's going to get initiated on. His analog is really deep here. The BKBs are traded. And the pipe is going to brush off a lot of this damage, but Schofield eventually brought down by 23 Savage. He'll buy back instantly. Now the roll on to the Timber Saw is still trying to ignore him. The arena, nobody's even inside other than the Snowball Q. He wastes so much time again.
Oh, Lornoff
is actually taking quite a bit, but we'll be able to Timber Chain away. Eventually, they do finally take out the Tusk, as the Mortimer's Kisses not providing a whole lot. But they do find the Shadow Demon on the outskirts here. Well, they don't have the vision, apparently. And the Phoenix eventually brought down by 23 Savage. There's the buyback, though, onto the Tusk. Is Ollie still alive in the trees? Analog, still. We have a big kick onto Divine Llama with the Snowball to follow. He's going to be brought down. 70 seconds of no Mars. And now K1 focusing on this Tusk. This would be a pretty big kill because it would be a dieback, in fact, but 23 Savage using his ult to get to the back line. And Schofield and company going to try to collapse here, but K1 destroyed. And Schofield looks to be next on the list, and Aurora did lose a member or so, but they come out on top big time in this fight.
Doesn't feel like... Well, maybe they can even defend this one Rax.
I mean, their building
pretty
damage
slow.
Not particularly great.
They're not good at killing the banner, though. I guess Snapfire.
Yep, Snapfire is very good. Oh, the silence into the kick! And the Hex,
oh boy,
he's dead. No Phoenix Egg for the next 70 seconds. Full lane Rax here for Aurora. They get the melee, and now they transition.
Troll. The reactive armor activation is nice.
Yeah. Nope, Lornoff going in really deep. There's the kick. Analog will pop the BKB. He's now Walrus punch. Arena comes out from Devi. Shadow is getting out some disruption as K1 focusing everything on the Tusk, but he gets vacuumed to the high ground. The kiting of Troll continues. Devi now trying to run away in his own base. K1 in the midst of everybody just dies. And GG's called, so we're going to a game number 3.
The unexpected brawl. The panel didn't cover this. They didn't think about the punch into kick combo. Standard, but as the panel was talking about, I mean, this is just an incredible fucking game. I think if Heroic want to get top 8 at this tournament, Analog needs to play well in this game, but he can really set the narrative.
K1.
Jabs is
really low as we have a dive in from Ollie coming in through the gate. KJ taking a blood grenade as well. Schofield trying to do as much damage as he can, but K1 dies first. KJ somehow survives.
So awkward.
So it'll be a trade.
I don't know if Ollie can get out of this.
Oh, mid lane though, this will be a much more important kill. Analog can't finish the job though. As Ollie having a battle for his life, KJ wins it.
Yeah. Curious to see what KJ does here.
He's gonna deny himself, perhaps?
Oh, he's missing.
And
jabs.
oh boy.
Hello.
Very nice play. And that's just a freak solo kill. Oh boy.
That puck. And also how Lornoff is going to adjust. He is slightly out-leveled by the puck, but nothing too alarming. It's mainly the 11 denies that Analog has that has put him in that position.
6-minute rune. It's a haste as KJ picks it up. Coil already broken by Ollie. He's going to try to get chased down. No, they're going to turn their sights onto Q instead. Nice pick.
Applying all these attacks with the new curse as well.
And I assume Curse of Avernus still works on buildings, yes? Yeah, looks like it does. So against Egg should work as well as...
Dodging the shards.
Shards not going to be there. Bash is, though, as Lornoff making his way over. It's a 3v1. Borrowed time activates. Dalai Lama at half HP. There's the first chrono of the game, 23 Savage. They want to finish off Dalai Lama, but he's got support in numbers. Analog comes in with a coil. Might have to retreat, though. And on the side, they're chasing down Schofield. He might be the only kill of this fight.
Yep. It's a full fight. I'd have to rotate. So honestly, I'm going to chalk that up to a slight heroic win. These moments are really important for the side of Aurora, especially if they end up losing a storm here. Doesn't look like it though.
Yeah, Dalai Lama, no ult to work with this time. He's dead.
All right.
And KJ out of mana. Vortex back into the fray. He drops dead as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because with the other one, it was obvious. Like every time an illusion hit, you increase the counter on the silence by 1.
Yeah, true. By Llama, he's initiated on. They're trying to burn his ult. They do so. Can they follow it up, though? Is Analog making his way over? The Bramble there with the coil. But the Egg on the Chronosphere, they only clip the puck who gets repelled. He's fine. Egg does detonate. Schofield, he's going to get caught in the river. Still, Aurora using a lot just for a Dark Willow, although Analog, okay, he's going to be safe thanks to the Aphotic Shield. So many ways to give this puck some sort of a shield to live.
Anticipating that Faceless Void will be farming in the triangle, but not the case. They'll find Q.
Yep, Snowball onto the creep. High ground he comes. Falls shortly after. Although, the Orchid being revealed, Lornoff will be able to get a trade of sorts. Gets the Electric Vortex onto the puck, who's very, very low now. Will be with the Waning Rift away. Uses the coil to try to run, but it's not to be. Jabs gets credit for that one, so a huge response from Aurora.
Combo between KJ and King Jungles. Interesting. Rain works in wondrous ways. There goes mid tower. No defense mounted by Heroic.
Oh, we got a coil onto the Void. It's going to be a close one. Oh, he does get taken out. Dalai Lama gets credit for it. Much needed kill here from Heroic.
Oh, Aurora want to fight?
They sure do. Orchid onto the Dark Willow, but the Aphotic Shield is there to help save her. And now Jabs in such an awful spot, completely surrounded. And you're right, why would they want to fight in that scenario?
I do not understand that fight selection. You just lost your carry and the enemy team showed a major willingness to rotate to that area. Oh, hang on. Storm Zip, just getting the rune. Okay, so haste on Storm. Maybe looking for an opening. Abaddon is once again just not target.
Initiated on there. Chronosphere on top as well. That should be enough damage. Indeed it is.
All right, big kill. I thought
it was all about using that ultimate. Now it doesn't really slow him down that much being melee, at least for farming capabilities, and he has ult in 7 seconds to siege for lane number 2. And again, punched in the air. There's the Chronosphere. KJ trying to apply something to him. They actually, will they get him? The Guardian Angels got him alive, and now the Terrorizer, the Satanic being used to get him back to half HP. Dalai Lama is pretty deep. Will have to use his ult. Another punch into the air, but after all of that, Aurora still technically get nothing. It was close.
Oh, they're trying now.
Lornoff, he's going to get silenced by the Waning Rift. Dragon Tail to follow, but the Snowball is going to keep him alive a little bit longer. 23 Savage trying to take out K1. He's going to get some help with the drinking buddies. Hector getting really low. They finally take him out, but it cost them 3 of their own heroes. And now Analog trying to take out Lornoff, but with those 2 buybacks, Heroic.
Oh, Qualifier is a required purchase along the way instead of going straight. Scotty,
hey, they have Waller's Kick.
Okay.
They have it.
Now, he must have sold something, right? Or did he find the gold?
Not sure.
We'll see if they kick him in. This is the Dragon Form life, so if they can kick him into the tier 4s, kill him there, and then you want a Dragon Form, that will be something.
Yeah, here we go. There's the kick into the base. Nullifier applied his ult. He pumps the BKB. Now he's Walrus punched into the air. Half HP stuck inside the charge, but there's Satanic keeping him alive. The Terror is on top of 27 of the BKB. They have the damage. Life number 1 is dead. He does not have Dragon Form when he's back. And finally, the Chronosphere comes out. 23 Savage will get King J to start things out, and the DK still all alone, close to the fountain. They vanquish the dragon again. Aurora showing signs of life. 23 Savage actually will not be going down here. And Schofield will eventually tick away. Double kill for Jabs. An incredible defense from Aurora, and that, well, that Aegis refresher shard. 23 Savage, he uses the Chronosphere. It's gonna clip the Dark Willow, but the Shadow Realm was already used. Schofield will end up dying, but that's a big ultimate down.
Oh, they have this.
There's the Dragon.
Nice
But the instant Hex onto Hector, but he's gonna pop his BKB. The Sunray doing a lot of work, but he's gonna pop it, not taking any damage. There's the Chronosphere for 23 Savage. Number 2, thanks to the refresher shard. Making good use of it, but a big terrorize to delay things as much as possible. And look at the Satanic going to work, but the Walrus kick away, and K1 Hector looks to be dead in the water. That is a big kill for Aurora, and they still maintain Aegis. As I say that, they use it instantly, but Divine Llama trying to keep his puck alive. Lornoff gets the surround tactics onto Analog. He gets inside the tree line, has Illusory Orb soon, blinks away to safety. Divine Llama, though, no ult to work with now. Eventually Sheepstick, and he will be brought to his knees. So 2 kills. They got a Roche banner, so they got all the creeps they can work with. They're actually going to try to go for Throne here. 30 seconds of no buyback here on the Dragon Knight.
Whoa,
Tier 4 number 1 is down.
Right
Are they actually just going to win this game right here, right now? Curse Crown on 23 Savage. They don't have much of a defense to work with. On Heroic, they're about to be eliminated from TI. Coil on the back lines on the 2, but 23 Savage and Lornoff and company still focusing on the Throne. KJ gets nullified. He's useless. The Ancient is actually done. Aurora wins.